Hey guys, welcome to week number 6 of the Pink Summit training. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Tonight is going to be a treat. We are taking a deep dive in to our backpack program or our backpacking week. And, this is going to be just something that I think you guys are going to find very valuable and a lot of great resources for you to use because, I love to make sure that you have all the resources that you need to make sure that you are successful. So, we have prepped and planned and stretched, and now it is time for a deep dive into your money maker, the party, the experience, the facial, whatever you want to call it, theme that you are working on with your clients. So today I'm actually going to go over what you will need, the how-tos, and of course give you those resources so that you feel like you are going to be successful. You guys, I even have my starter kit bag ready to show you how to pack your bag. So as you guys are jumping on, let me know that you're watching, or if you're watching this replay, let me know that you are participating in this training. I know many of you guys are working on finishing up your homework. So keep going on those weeks prior. If you haven't finished any of those weeks, you can keep working on those badges. And this week you can earn your backpacking badge. Okay, so let's talk about the dirty word for a second. Selling. So this word right here gets a bad rap. I blame like all the car salesmen in the world for this one, but maybe not all of them, but I blame the skeezy ones. It doesn't come with a great connotation. We don't want to be salesy or pushy or even be sold to. Selling is really not the dirty part. We get dirty when we aren't selling ethically or honorably. So someone sells you something every single day. Your coffee at the coffee shop, gas at the gas station, your groceries. Everything you do involves someone selling you something, but how they sell it to you matters for your loyalty as a repeat client, right? So let's talk about that how you conduct your business. Here are some helpful tips. So, number one is respect each other's clients. Now, many of you guys who have been around with me for a while know that this is something that I am always talking about. But if you are new, this is a culturally different concept. We are very different than many companies out there. There are millions of people in this world, and one of the pink culture differences is that we respect each other's clients. Why do we not like the car salesman? It's because as soon as you walk on the lot, there are like 2 or 3 of them testing out their speed walking abilities and seeing who can get to you first to pounce on that sale, right? When you have a client who you've spent money to develop by giving them samples or advice or experiences, you've invested in them. You know their skin, what works and what doesn't work. You've created a relationship. We aren't target, right? Where it doesn't matter which counter you check out from. You are actually a consultant. Respect that relationship the way that you'd want that relationship respected if it were your customer. So, how do we navigate this, right? You reach out to someone to book them, like we discussed last week. And let's just say you're going for your power start. You reach out to an old friend and you say, "Hey, Sandy, I think I may have lost my mind, but I've decided to start my Mary Kay business. I fell in love with their skincare and makeup, and it looked like so much fun. I'm in a challenge to get the opinion of 30 women this month. If you don't already have a Mary Kay girl, would you be willing to help me?" You are always so encouraging, and I thought you would be a great person to help me get started. So, in the initial invite, I go ahead and address I'm not looking to swoop her up out of her current relationship, right? And when you're pre profiling your guests, I always ask the question, have you ever tried Mary Kay, or do you have any Mary experience with Mary Kay? Everyone has a Mary Kay story. Their mom used it, they went to a party once, or they currently use it. But typically, this draws out any red flags for her being serviced by someone. Now, when someone states something like, yeah, I use some of the products, I just ask politely, oh, that's awesome. Who's your consultant? I may know her. Likely, I don't. But I want to see if she knows her name. Because if she says she has a consultant, I want to know if she knows who she does. When she says it's Susie Q, then I say, that's great. We actually respect each other's clients and the investment that they put into taking care of you. If you're being serviced and she's making sure you're getting what you need when you need it, then I want to respect that. Now, if she sold her an eyeshadow once and then never followed up, she's not being serviced, you guys. It's our responsibility to the company and to our brand to make sure clients have a good view of this business. Too many consultants have the hit and quit with a client, and they left them feeling like they can't get what they need, or worse, make them think all consultants behave that way. We may have to mend wounds in this business. Being serviced means that they can reach their consultant when they need her, get their products they ordered timely, and they're being checked on regularly, like we discussed in our customer service training. If they aren't, then I see it as our responsibility to make sure we protect the name of Mary Kay and take care of them. The last thing we want is for us to hold that culture precedent so high priority that clients can't get what they need because we aren't willing to service them and keep sending them back to that bad consultant. That consultant should lose that business because she's not taking care of them. If you had a terrible wait service at a restaurant, the likelihood you would go back is slim. You might give them another shot because the food was good. But if you get the same crappy waitress, no matter how good the food is, your impression because of that waitress now reflects not only on her, but on the business as a whole. Now, what if she's a guest of a hostess? Woo, this one gets spicy, right? Do we tell her not to come? No. That wouldn't be fair to the hostess. Company-wide, the common practice here is that if you have a guest for a party that has a host that the hostess has invited, you let her come and you can sell to her because the hostess is benefiting from the free products based on those sales, right? But that is the end of the relationship with her. You make a note on her profile that she has a consultant and you move on. She's able to help her friend by getting products. But then during the individual consultation, you explain our culture and you say, thank you so much for coming and helping Sarah earn free products. I just want you to know that we and Mary Kay respect each other's clients. So I'm not going to be adding you to my customer list or anything like that. You should keep working with your consultant. I can see she's doing a great job taking care of you. So when you need to refill, just reach out to her and snag the items you need. But if for some reason you can't get what you need from her any longer, you know where to find me. So they will have a deeper respect for our company because of the way we look out for those we don't even know personally and put others first over ourselves. This practice is rare today, and we must fight to protect it. Okay, point number 2 is to look professional. We live in a work from home in your sweatpants with no makeup world today, right? And I can tell you, there are many days where I don't wear any makeup at all. But if you want to be taken seriously as a professional, you need to dress the part. You wouldn't or shouldn't show up to an interview in your ripped jeans and your old t-shirt. You would look professional, maybe in slacks or a skirt, a blouse. Your hair is looking fresh. Your makeup is on point, right? Because the first impression matters. Okay, so little side story here. To help you kind of drive this home. I first of all want to say that I believe that each person is beautifully and wonderfully made, but God also made beautiful flowers, right? That we will put in our flower bed. And if we want them to grow and look beautiful, we're going to pay attention to the soil, and we're not going to let weeds grow all around it, right? That beautiful flower might still be there, but I can't enjoy it because of all the nasty stuff around it, right? So, my son is in middle school, which also means it's that season of braces. Am I right? Okay. I feel like everybody in the middle school years, it's like, yeah, we've all been to the orthodontist. Okay. So I set up an appointment for a consultation with a practice here locally. And I get there and the front room is clean and they have little snacks for the kids to enjoy. The woman that brings us back, she is looking professional and sharp. She does the scans that need to be done and is sweet and friendly to my son. Everything's going great. Then she says, okay, the doctor will come in and review your scans and let you know what our proposed plan will be. You guys, these braces are not cheap. These orthodontists make good money, and you're expected to sign a contract with them for like 1 to 2 years of your life to pay them for their services. So, this doctor comes in, and y'all, I kid you not, she looked like she rolled out of bed in yesterday's clothes. Like her hair was visibly greasy, like she hadn't showered in a couple days, in like a ponytail that was like all cockeyed over here and like falling like all bumpy and falling out on top. And y'all, we were there very first appointment of the day. It wasn't like she's had a crazy day and she's just chucked it up there and is like, oh, man, today has been bananas. No, we were appointment number 1. So, like, what did you do last night where you would feel that this would be the way that you would want to present yourself to new and potential clients? Like, I don't even know what she said. All I could think about was, if you cannot take care of yourself, you are not going to be taking care of my son. I'm sorry, ladies, but your clients are thinking the same thing. Your professionalism will evolve the more you develop your character. And the more your character develops, the more professional you will become. But mirror those who you respect. I hear from new consultants all the time, well, I don't own anything professional. Do I really need to wear that? No, you really don't have to. I mean, it's your business. But if you want to make a good impression and you want them to stick with you and spend their $1,000 a year on beauty products, then you might want to. But here's the deal, you guys, studies show women spend over $1,000 a year in the beauty industry. Your friends and your family members, they're going to purchase their products from someone or somewhere. Don't you want that to be you? So, our founder, Mary Kay Ash, asked that at company events and functions that we dress in either a skirt or a dress. This is our uniform. And you guys know what? As a director, I get to wear, my uniform includes that extra jacket. Okay. And I either put a skirt or a dress with it. The day I got to wear my very first, or I received in the mail my very first director's jacket, I literally cried because it is a symbol of status in this company. When you are privileged to wear a red jacket, a director's jacket, a national sales director's jacket, it's a privilege, and it sets us apart when you're in a sea of consultants and you see this pink suit pop out, then you know that she's someone who is leading others. So when I do a group selling appointment, I'm always wearing a skirt or a dress to add that extra touch of class to my professionalism. How sharp you look is totally up to you. Even in my one-on-one sessions, I may wear pants, but I will have a sharp professional blouse on top. So just go out, buy yourself a black dress or black skirt you like. You now have your uniform. You can wear that at every stinking appointment. You don't need a bunch of options. You can wear that every time. As long as it makes you feel confident, you can just rock it. Now, I wanted to wear this for you guys. So this is a brand new option that Mary Kay Connections has. So Mary Kay Connections is a vendor that we have a relationship with that provides Mary Kay branded materials. Now, this is a 3/4 length, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, a 3/4 length shirt. Okay. And it has the Mary Kay embroidered on here, and it has like a scalloped bottom here. This is an awesome option. So we have the beauty coat as well, which is like a black business kind of, beauty coat kind of thing. Anyway, I get really, really hot. So every time I wear my beauty coat, I'm like sweating. This one is really, really lightweight material, and so it works really well for me. And it still looks very professional without being extra heavy. So you can have a beauty coat if you want. You could wear your red jacket. You could wear your director's jacket. You can wear a shirt like this, but just look professional. Or like I said, just a nice blouse. All right. So number 3, I promise we're getting to the party. Have a learning attitude. Okay. So school is never out for the pro. There are so many resources at your fingertips that it can actually be overwhelming, but being good at what you do will take practice. I want you to pay attention to what you fill your mind with. If you want to get better at anything, you're going to research how to do it better. Like if it's cooking, right? You're going to research, you're going to get the recipe, and you're going to research how to make it best. What are the do's and the don'ts, right? And if you make it and then it's not quite right, you're going to tweak it and you're going to make it again, right? And you're going to keep evaluating that process. I had this desire to learn how to make a really good stuffed pepper. And I found a number of different recipes, and I was just like, some of them were too beefy and some of them were too tomatoey. And I was like, I need something in the middle. And so I just kept tweaking the recipe to now my recipe is banging. I don't, it's not something I feel like I can share with anyone because it's literally me going blah, 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 until it tastes right. But I've tweaked it to where I like it. Now, the same is true, though, with your business. If you want this business to make you money, don't be afraid to keep learning. Make a weekly practice of training each week. I know I don't always do a weekly training. Sometimes we have guest events that take the place of training. This Pink Summit is like spoon feeding you training. I've prepared it for you. The resources are there. Your job is to just sit and eat it and digest, right? But I want you to learn to feed yourself. Each one of you needs education differently. You have it all at your fingertips. We have the Mary Kay Confident modules in Touch that give you bite-sized trainings that can be done in pockets of time. You have the Mary Kay Video Lounge with videos for motivation and education and so much more. And another great group that you can join on Facebook is the $1 Million Message. Every morning, they're doing a 10-minute or less recording posted to help energize your day and keep you focused on your business. So here's the deal. You're in charge of the trajectory of your business. You are the CEO and the employee. The only way you're going to receive motivation or that push to work is if you make it happen. If you want to do well, don't isolate. Stay in community with training and accountability, etc. Right? Also, be okay with self-reflection. I know we hate watching ourselves or listening to ourselves back, but after every event, I reflect on what went well and what I want to improve. Each month, I reflect on what I want to improve for the next month. I watch those videos back of recordings and critique myself for what I want to do better based on what I've seen others do well. This is part of the growth process. You implement small changes each time to be better. My very first Mary Kay appointment on my own was a $0 party. I'm not kidding you. And but I did learn, from that school of hard knocks, what I could be doing better. I thought about the way I phrased things and the way I closed the appointment, all the things that I did different from the standard template. How can I do better? And each time I've gotten better and better, right? So number 4 is be conscious of the words you say. Replace words, and I'm not like talking about like your self-talk. Okay, no, replace words like buy, sell, or purchase. You're like, really? Okay, buy, sell, or purchase with something like, what would you like to take home with you? Say something like, I am a skincare and beauty consultant, not I sell Mary Kay, right? Or what would you like to buy? None of those are things that we need to say. No one wants to be, it just doesn't sound good. Avoid questions that can easily be answered with no. Now, this one is a really tough skill to learn. When you're booking or selling, it's better to give options instead of yes or no questions. So instead of saying, would you like to set up your complimentary beauty session? Where she could be like, no, right? Say, I know you're excited about diving deeper into color. For that session, would you like that to be during the week or during the weekend? I'm assuming she wants it. She can still tell me no, but I've just eliminated one whole question to ask because I've assumed the yes. In this example, she says yes. Then I ask which days you want, where we're just moving right along with which days she wants, right? Now, the same is true for your skincare sets. Which sets would you like to take home with you today? Okay, I'm already assuming she's taking some sets home with her. I don't need to be like, so would you like to buy something? No, I'm just like, which sets would you like to take home with you? Some other words to remove is $100 and cents. Okay, these feel like when you say them, they feel much bigger when you put the word dollar around it. So instead of saying it's $215, you're going to say it's just $215, right? It feels more manageable and easier to chew on, right? Easier to receive. Now, another tip is to memorize the closing questions. We're going to get more into detail about this in a second, but the more you practice these, the less hesitant you're going to be when you have to say them. This is what's putting bread on your table, these closing questions, closing the sale. At the end of your session, you've just given their skin the biggest hug it needed. They are feeling awesome. They want to keep benefiting from these products. Plus, you've made arrangements to be away from your family. You have bills to pay. If you don't ask these money-making questions, then you're going to kick yourself when she leaves because you didn't make what you wanted to make. All right. So we wouldn't be backpacking if we weren't talking about bag packing, right? This is your Mary Kay version of your backpack. So let's look at what should be in your bag. Okay, so supplies that you're going to need is in here, okay? I'm going to show you some of my secret tips to keep things organized. But in here, you're going to have your mirrors, okay? So you have the little mirrors and trays in here, and I already have put in here the little insert that comes in the starter kit. If you don't have these, Court of Achievers have some that you can print or have them print, order, I should say, or you can order these sets in section 2 as well if you need more of them. But I like these behind it because it just makes it visibly easier to be like, go and grab your cleanser, and it's in the cleanser well. Okay, so you have enough mirrors for everybody that is coming, and then some extras, because you always hope that someone's going to bring a friend, right? You have your disposable trays. Okay, these guys right here. Remember that these are easily stuck together, so make sure you just grab one when you're using them so you don't waste them. But I love these because it's just so easy to clean up. You're going to need your facial cloths. Okay, a pack of facial cloths in here. And now I want to say something here, because I know some people, you don't need to pre-prep your mirrors. Some people train that you want to have like everything, all like your cloth and your disposable tray and your wands all in a little baggie ready to go. Here's the deal. That's time consuming. You're now taking money-making time to assemble those together, when it is effortless to, when you're setting up the party, pull out each mirror, throw the disposable trays in there, pull out the cloths. Also, I have been, okay, there is a consultant in our unit. She will remain nameless. When she was a hostess, she told me she was having 2 guests. She had 12. She was like, oh, they did. I mean, the door just kept opening. I mean, it's a consultant stream, right? Like, you're just like, yes, bring them on. Y'all, we were on paper plates because, I mean, I brought extras, but we were on paper plates and paper towels by the last 3 people, because I had run out at that point. I was like, I did not plan for this many extras. So I always keep the packs of everything so that I'm always prepared for growth, and I'm not having to take my time. I mean, if you're a type A person and you want to have those organized, but please don't let that be taking your money-making time when you could be working with clients, okay? That's not an IPA. It's not necessary. Now, the next thing I have, this is a secret for you, is my wand box, okay? Your box of wands. Now, this is, here's the standards for this. No, I have no idea where I bought this from. Probably Hobby Lobby. But the standards are that you need dividers that move. Okay, so in here, I can place where they go, and you need the dividers to connect to the top. Like when it's closed and things aren't able to slip between. So I will tell you, if you order them on Amazon, you're going to be sadly upset because it's never right. So go somewhere where you can physically touch the box and make sure that the dividers are tall enough to touch the top so everything doesn't move everywhere. In my box of wands, I'm ready to go with ample supplies for every event. You guys, so now all I have to do is grab this bag, and I'm out the door ready for a party. I don't need to go, okay, well, I have 8 guests, so let me go ahead and pull out the 8 wands and like, I don't have to do all of that. It's ready to go. So in here, I have foundation sponges. I have cotton rounds. I have lipstick lip gloss applicators. I have mascara wands. I have the lash intensity. I have the what's it called? The lengthening, the lash love ones, and then I have the ultimate version. You do not have to have all 3 versions. If you're only going to pick one, just pick the ultimate version, and then you can use that in all of them. But I do like to have the lash intensity as an option because the wand does do a lot with that mascara. So if you're offering 3 different types of mascara options at your sessions, then you need to, you may want the 3 different mascara wands. I also have in here some brow wands that I just got off of Amazon. If I'm using brow tint, these are just extra things that I've accumulated along the way. And then up here, I have travel size mascaras. So if for some reason I just want to throw a free gift, this is a great option to have as in here. And then I usually have travel size eyeliners, but right now they don't have travel size eyeliners or demo size eyeliners. So these are old. But I keep them on hand for, special appointments that they're like, I have to have an eyeliner. So I have them. And I'm like, this one's not waterproof. But hopefully soon they will get us our eyeliner samples in here. So, but that's all in here. But you could put your lip gloss samples in here if you want to too, like if you're working with that. But that is my box of wands. And that just slides right in here. Now, I also have this accordion file. Okay. Now I've had this thing for quite some time, but this keeps all of my paperwork organized. All right. So you can see how it's too fat for whatever strap came with it. So I just used a hair thing. You know, you loved it when. Okay. So in here, it's all divided out into tabs. No, mine aren't labeled because I'm not that type of person. But anyway, I have order forms in one section. Okay. Yes, these are paper order forms. So I know we all use the My Customers app for our customers' orders, but these are great at in-person events where they can be writing their wish list on here, or they can be pre-filling out their order form, and it saves you time in the close. Okay. I also have in here my set sheets. Okay. So I have a set, I just have them all kind of stuck in one of these sheet protectors so that I can easily pull them out. But I usually keep 10 to 15 in here at all times of everything. So then I'm never out of it. Also in here, I have beauty books. Okay. A beauty book is the party version of the lookbook. Okay. So here's what I want to tell you about the lookbook and the beauty book at your session. So the beauty book, when I put it out on the table, I put it out just like this. You guys, I throw the set sheet away that comes with this. I don't even know why Mary Kay prints them because I'm pretty sure we all throw it away. So this book has no prices listed anywhere in it intentionally because this is eye candy for your client while they're waiting. And so they can be flipping through this beauty book, and it's not going to throw up any flags or barriers based on pricing before they've actually tried it. Okay. So I love having this, and it actually walks them through all the skincare and really focuses on things. So many appointments have I just walked them through step by step. Okay, turn to page 1 of your beauty book. And then I introduce them to Mary Kay. Now moving on to page 2, let's look at some of our skincare. This is the skincare we're going to be using tonight, the time-wise, So I will go through, but it has your supplements in here. It has everything. So a pack of beauty books is a great thing to have. A lot of times they leave these and I end up reusing them. Sometimes they take them. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm glad they're getting exposure to our products. And then you also have in here your customer profiles, okay? Now, these are also very important to keep you organized. Now, I take the data that they fill out with this, and then I input it into my customers later. But when they first come to the appointment, this is something that they're going to fill out. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about, and actually, let me just show you this now. So like this client has filled this one out, and she circled all the different things. When you peel the little front page, I don't know what this is called. The imprint page, we're going to call it. I'm talking about like with checkbooks. Anyway, Mary Kay has taken the words that were here and switched it out with products. So if she circled skin firmness and resilience. So Mary Kay then tells me, based on this, that I need to recommend to her either the lifting biocellulose mask, the serum C+E, or the lifting serum. So I know which products I should recommend for her based on what she puts on here. So this is a great tool to use. So those are in here. Each of them divided. And then I have my fabulous referral sheets in here in a little packet. I will show you those in a minute, but those are in here. And then I do have lookbooks in here as well. So the lookbooks these are something that I will keep one with me when I'm doing individual closes. So if they're like, how much is that one product? I can quickly flip to a product, or if I'm like talking about I'm talking to her about the lifting serum, then I can quickly flip to the lifting serum and show her that, even though it might not be something I can show her in the beauty book. But then these are great to throw in with their orders so that they can have something to look at later after the event. Okay. Also in here, I have information about the Mary Kay opportunity, and I have information about hosting their own event in another spot. And in the very, very back, I have the little placemats that come in the starter kit. Okay, so that's all nice and neatly organized in this accordion folder. The only other thing you really need with this is going to be pins and your demos. Okay, so let's talk about the roll-up bag. So this roll-up bag right here is designed for a skincare appointment. You know, I have a skincare bag, and then I have a makeup bag that I want to do. So I don't do makeup at a skincare appointment. This is a pampering session, so we take time to do the masks. And so because I take the time to do a mask and let that sit, I don't have time for makeup. But when I book them, I know which type of appointment they're going to be. Either they're going to be pampering with skincare, or they're going to be makeup, but they might choose both. I do have some that choose both. Now, if they choose both, they don't get a mask. They'll get skincare and then a dash out the door color look. That is a CC cream, a liquid eyeshadow, a mascara, and a lip gloss. Okay. And you know, you can have sample. Just get like a binder ring around some popular lip gloss samples like Sheer Illusions, Unique Mauve, Pink Diamonds, and Berry Delight, right? Like you get one in kind of each of the categories. You can do samples or just get a demo wand of some of those popular tones. And then those are the ones you offer, because if you pull out the gamut of them, it can get time consuming. Okay, so let me show you what's inside my roll-up bag. Okay. So I have up here my satin hands and my satin lips. Now this is something, everything I'm showing you here is the basics of what you're going to need for your skincare appointment. Most of these are coming in your starter kit. If you got a full starter kit, if you did not, then you're going to want to start developing your bag. So I have my satin hands, my satin lips, and my eye makeup remover in this pocket. This next pocket has all of my Time-Wise Miracle Set items, both versions, normal to dry, combination to oily, and the eye cream with the daytime defender and the nighttime recovery, all in this one pocket. Okay. Then in my third pocket is all of my masks. Okay. So in here, I have my microdermabrasion, I have a moisture mask, a radiance peel, hydrogel eye patches. And then if you've been around as long as I have, I also have, I wanted to show you these. You don't necessarily have to have all full-size stuff. When Mary Kay offers things like a mini mask like this, these are great to put in your demo bag so that you don't have to carry around all the big bottles for everything, but you can still offer options. So this is just a mini charcoal that I can keep in here if someone wants to use a charcoal. Now the bottom pocket, I really like this bottom pocket because this one, I keep travel size of other skincare. Okay, so I've got the Repair skincare in here and the new hydrating skincare set. I chose hydrating over mattifying because your typical skincare appointment, they're going to be Time-Wise Miracle. Okay, but if you have a client that is very much like, I need you can tell that they're focused, their biggest concern is anti-aging, and you know you want to put them in the Repair, you have the little travel size, so you're not having to carry all those bottles with you. If you have someone who's a preteen that shows up and you don't want to put her in the anti-aging, then you have something for her to use. It's just as a backup for you available. Now, if you're doing a Repair specific event, you may want to have the full size so they can see what those look like. But for the typical skincare pampering party, you just need these as travel size. And then I have a Serum C as a supplement. This is a very popular supplement for pretty much anybody. So it's a good one to introduce. You know, so everything that I need to demo for my customer is easily in this one bag. Okay. And so I can fit everything together in my roll-up bag, and I don't look like the bag lady rolling in. Like I can walk in with this and I have everything that I need for the event. Now I keep any products that I bring with me from my inventory in the car, and then I fill it from the car because I just don't want to look like, you know, you just don't want them to feel like you're the crazy bag lady with all the stuff. Okay, so let's dive into the actual appointment. At their seat, you're going to place, I shouldn't have put this away. At their seat, you're going to place an order form, okay? and you're going to place a customer profile. Okay. And then a beauty book in that order. Okay. So they have the order form on the very bottom, the customer profile behind it, and the beauty book on top. Actually, no, you really don't need the beauty book on top, but you can, because you want them to use the profile, you want that to be on top. I don't know why I said that backwards. Okay. I've like put everything in this thing all confusing. I've got like my customer stuff in here. Okay. So, and then a pen. Each spot has this. I don't put my mirrors and trays at each spot when I first set everything up. Every seat just has the paperwork. I don't put out a set sheet. I don't put a fabulous game out yet. That is all like secret until later. But this is what I put out when they first sit down with a pen. Okay. So I keep the cases and the cloths with me until I know where they're sitting, and then I can make sure that they're getting the correct formula. I like to be able to just line my trays up and then just, if I line them all around the room, then it's just taking me that much longer to do every single product because I'm having to work the room to do it. So I just do them all in a line. And then as they find where they're going to sit, I put their tray. Okay, you were combination to oily in your pre-profile. Here's yours. You were normal to dry. Here's yours. And then I hand them all of that. All right. Now, when the guests arrive on time or early, we do satin hands at the nearest sink, either the kitchen or a close bathroom. When I do my reminders for the event, I say, arrive 5 minutes early to receive the pampering hand and lip treatment. You guys, I want to start on time. You want to start on time because you have family that are waiting for you to get home, right? Like I'm going to get back to my family and I want to leave on time. So I know that most women, if I tell them to arrive 5 minutes early, are going to be on time. Am I right? Like, am I the only one who's going to show up 5 minutes late, right? So we incentivize them to arrive early with this special treatment. The ladies who arrive late do not get to do it. I feel it's kind of rude to the ladies who did arrive on time to hold everyone else up for the girl who's late. So if someone arrives late, you just pause where you are in the presentation, you welcome them and point to a spot that they can sit and let them know that you will be over in a second to catch her up. Get the others working on the next step and then quickly go over the steps she needs to do to catch up with the group. So if you're already on masks at this point, then just be like, okay, everybody go ahead and put on your masks and then go over to her and be like, okay, now it's time. Wet your face, put your cleanser on, wash everything off, wipe that off, and then apply your mask. Okay, so then it catches her up just like that. She misses all of the fun and the doodahs that we did, but at least she is caught up with everybody. And, after the satin hands are done, then, they're going to come and find their seats and start filling out that profile. And that's what they're doing while they're waiting for the others to finish. The beauty book, like I said, is that great material to sit and flip while they're waiting. Some people aren't as social as others. So giving them that book is going to help take away some anxiety for them because they have something to look at. And it's perfect because it really doesn't create those barriers. Then you're going to go into the party. Now, I am not going to take our time tonight going into the nitty gritty with what to say when, but in the backpacking folder of our boards app, part of your homework is going to be to watch Karen Rydell's party. So she has created a video. It's about an hour and a half long. So, you can put it on fast mode if you want, but it's about an hour and a half long. But she literally walks you from beginning to end of a party with guests and the individual clothes. And I just think it's a really great resource for you guys. So pay attention to how she describes products, her voice patterns. Sometimes she's soft when she says something. Sometimes she's excited and she's showing excitement. So pay attention to her voice patterns, the way she connects with the ladies around the table, the questions she asks. I love how she is romancing the follow-up appointment the entire time. And they're customizing that appointment from the beginning. Now, the one she's videoing is a mix of both skincare and dash out the door makeup, but you can utilize the same template in whichever event that you're doing. So let's talk more tonight about party and experience tips, okay? First tip I want to give you is incorporate questions, okay? I was trained early on that you need to ask questions throughout your presentation to keep them engaged. Don't be all like PowerPoint presentation the whole time. Ask questions or like after or before each step. So I was actually trained that if a person nodded their head, it was like $5 in sales for you. And if she actually raised her hand in agreement to something, it was like $20. Now, I don't know if those figures are right, but you can bet that I was learning the skill to ask questions and get them nodding their head and raising their hands. Remember, these are, you want to make sure these questions are all positive questions that you would say yes or agree with. So here are some examples of some questions you can incorporate in your events. How many of you are excited to stay looking younger longer? You guys, I raise my hand because I want her to do the same. Okay, I show her what I want her to do. How many of you guys would love to stay looking younger longer? Who here would love soft, smooth skin? Okay, another sample of a question. Now, another thing you could ask is, does your face feel good? Okay, I'm touching my face because I want her to touch her face. Okay, does your face feel good? And I'm nodding my head. Okay, how do your lips feel after that satin hands treatment? And she's like, oh, smooth and soft and oh, moisturized. Okay. And then how many of you would love to have your skin feel like this all the time, right? So each of these questions engages them and helps the seeds that we're planting take root in them, okay? So don't be afraid, you guys, to joke around. Laugh with them. Laughter causes them to remember their time with you together as enjoyable and helps them to connect better with you. You don't have to be goofy. I know sometimes I'm goofy, okay? But just talk with them as a friend. Be authentically you. What makes you special? All right, now, number 3, don't skip the table close, okay? If any of you guys have been to one of our group events, you know how important that table close is. Every event has 2 closes, a table close and an individual close. The table close makes the individual close go faster and be less confrontational. This isn't on Karen's sheet. So, I should say this. So also in the boards app, I have the agenda. So Karen gives you the video, but then there's also a documented agenda of what she goes through, like her outline. Now, the table close just says table close, okay? It doesn't give the details. So I'm going to give you those details now. I might have a graphic. I'm pretty sure I have a graphic for this for you guys. Okay, so first part of your table close begins with the fabulous game. Now, that sheet looks like this, okay? And you print 2 per sheet and you just cut it in half. You don't necessarily have to use this sheet. I like it because it's separate and then I can easily file this in my booking binder and I don't have to keep up with their profile. Their profile can be filed away after it's after I have all the information in, and then I can keep this sheet separate. Their name goes on the bottom. In your closing, make sure she put her name on the bottom because otherwise you're going to be playing detective on whose handwriting is whose. But this game is a great way for you to grow your business and get more bookings, even if she doesn't want to host a party, or you can take this sheet and turn it into a party. Okay. But the back of the profile does have a slot where she can do this same thing. If you don't have a printer or access to a printer that can do this, you can use the back of the profile for the same thing. Okay. So while I clean up, we're going to play this game. You know, I intentionally don't clean up prior to this point because it gives me something to do while they play. Okay. So here's what I say. I love to help women feel appreciated and loved. So I'm going to give some of your friends a free gift card to use towards Mary Kay products, plus their own experience to discover which products they love and would want to spend it on. So I'm going to give you a list of qualifications. You'll write down the first name that comes to mind that isn't in this room and none can repeat. Don't worry about the phone numbers just yet. You'll have time to fill that in. And then you're going to give her a list of categories one by one. And if she fills out all 10, then she's going to get a free mini hand cream. And so in my bag here, let me bring this down so you can see it. In my bag here, I have little baggies of mini hand creams. You guys, you get a pack of these for like, I think it's like $6, maybe less. But anyway, these little individual hand creams are so great. You could do mascaras. You can do little minis, whatever you want. I just throw something inexpensive in a bag so that they have a free gift as a thank you for putting 10 names down. All right. And then you can also do bonus points. Like if you're doing, like you'll see Karen in her video, she does tickets. So you can do 10 extra tickets or 5 extra tickets if they do all 10 slots. Okay. Whatever it is. So here are the categories that you're going to do. And I have them written on here as well. So number 1 is hardworking. Number 2, and you're going to like give her a second in between each one. So you're going to list the category and let her write down the first name that comes to mind. Number 2, your best friend. She writes that down. Number 3, the social butterfly. Number 4, the college student. Number 5, the leader. Number 6, an overcomer. Number 7, loves to travel. Number 8, the competitive friend. Number 9, someone who's positive. And number 10, someone who has a large family. Now, what have I just done here? I have just taken the objection that she may give, I don't have any friends, and helped her think of who that might be in a non-confrontational kind of way. All right, so after I list those, then I say, okay, now it's your chance to snag one item off your wish list, half price. Grab your phone. Whoever has the most names and numbers on their sheet by the time I finish cleaning, you can say by the time you finish cleaning, you can say by the end of the event, whatever you want to say, will get their choice of one item half price. Are you ready? Grab your phones, get set, go. Okay, and then you just start walking around cleaning. Maybe you have some music playing in the background if you want, but they are feverishly writing and finding names and numbers in their phone to connect with you, okay? And once you're all cleaned up and it looks like they're wrapping up on their list, because you're going to see who the competitive ones are, you guys, and you're going to say, okay, who loves saving money? And you're going to raise your hand because you want them to raise their hand, right? And as a thank you for our time today, I like to give special deals only available today. These aren't something that you're going to find on the website, but I have bundled products together that we use together tonight so that you can save the most money on your favorites. Okay. And so this is the current set sheet. Depending on when you watch this video, depends on if it's the set sheet that is the most current at the time. But in our boards folder, under resources, there is a folder called closing sheets. Okay. And this closing sheet is there along with the Karen's that you'll see in her video, along with another one. Pick your favorite. I like this one because it has sets for skincare and sets for makeup all on one page. And so I only need one set sheet for either appointment that I'm doing. So I'm going to review the sets on the sheet that we use that day. I mentioned that there are lots more sets and options on there. And if she needs any of those things, she's welcome to snag those in their deal as a part of a bonus today. After I review the sets, then I talk about the savings. You get the roll-up bag for free with any 4 or more sets today. Plus, the 4 sets are only going to cost $1.99, okay? And you can see on here where it even shows them the value. You're getting, at the $1.99, you're getting a $280 value out of that, okay? So they're seeing that savings here. Talk about how awesome that bag is. You want to have your bag. Mine just got stuck. Hang on. Okay. You want to have your bag so that you can talk about how it has the Velcro closure that rolls up nicely, the hook that hangs behind the door so that it keeps your countertops clear of clutter. Each of the pockets Velcro off so you can take them with you when you travel or if you need to go from one room to the next, okay? And then it all fits so nicely in your suitcase. And can you believe I have all of this stuff that we use tonight in this one bag? So you can have a pocket for your makeup, a pocket for your skincare, a pocket for your hair stuff, and a pocket for your husband. He only gets one pocket. So now you have them flip their profile over. And on the bottom pink portion of their profile, where I'm at, right here, on that bottom pink portion of their profile, they're going to have, they're going to answer a few questions to keep your individual closes super fast. 1, if money were no object, which sets would you love to have in your bathroom? Write down all of those sets. This helps me see what your favorites are. Then, even if you don't take it all home with you today, I'll have your wish list on file for you later to reference back to in case you forgot a product's name that we used. Okay, money were no object. She's going to write down every single set from the set sheet that she wants. Okay, number 2. Now, some women snag all the goodies they want with these deals, but some women prefer to earn their wish list for free. Now, I will already have had my hostess flyer ready to go, but you can earn up to $200 in free product plus shop half price by including friends at your follow-up experience. You can start earning free products with as little as 3 friends. So for number 2, you're going to write free if you want to earn your products free at your follow-up, or you write just me if not. Okay, now for number 3. Where did it go? My notes just like left me. Is it? Okay, anyway, for number 3, I mean, I have it memorized, but I'm just interested why my notes just went completely haywire. Okay, maybe it was when I copied it to the graphic file here, because I think it's in here. But number 3, you're talking about recruiting, okay? And you're going to ask, you're going to talk to them about would they like to be entered into our $100 pink survey giveaway. It is super easy. You watch a quick video and answer some questions about the Mary Kay opportunity. You do not have to be interested in selling to complete the survey. If you want a chance for that $100 freebie, write send me the link for number 3. Okay? So that's what that's talking about there and for your third question. So now I've identified what products were their favorite, what if they for their next appointment, if they're sharing it with friends or if it's just going to be me and her, because you guys, I don't do many appointments, just me and her in the evenings. I'm going to group them together because it just saves time. So it helps me to know that. And then number 3, does she want to participate in our pink survey giveaway? All right, so now I'm going to pull out some body care products and like set them out on the table. If the hostess has food, this is when we do the food. You coach your hostesses. We talked about that in previous weeks. You coach your hostesses to save that for the end. This is when she serves food. So I say, okay, I'm going to meet with each of you individually. And while I'm doing that, here are some products you can play with. Or Nancy has some yummy snacks that you guys can enjoy while you wait. Okay. And I try to snag either. I pick the first person that goes. Either it's the person who I know needs to leave first because I want to talk to everybody. Is anybody in a hurry to leave? If nobody raises their hand, then I'm going to say, okay, so-and-so. And I'm going to pick the person who was the most excited that night. I want to start with her, okay? Individual clothes. It's in a separate room, okay? And it's going to be in a separate space, not necessarily a separate room, but a separate space where you can have a private conversation. We're talking about her finances here and her personal questions with her skin. Let's have a private conversation. We're not going to do that around the table with everybody else, okay? So, you know, what we did in that table close, I will now be referencing in the individual close. So here's what I say. I say it exactly like this. Number 1, did you have fun? And she's like, yes, of course. You know, I'm starting with the yes. Okay, easy yes. All right, great. What was your favorite product that you tried? And some people say like, oh, does your skin feel super soft? Whatever, like, what's your favorite product you tried? And she's like, oh, I love the microdermabrasion. Okay. And you're like, yeah, that's one of my favorites too. Awesome. Okay. Which sets would you like to take home with you today? You let her list which set she's thinking, and you just start loading those puppies in. Either you can write it on her order form if she hasn't already started filling that out for you. You can start writing it in here. You can start putting it in on your app. I will say, if you have a large group, the app does kind of slow you down a little bit. So sometimes it's easier just to write things by hand and then input it later. But anyway, as she's listing things, you're just like, yep, got it. Yep, perfect. And then you're like, okay, what color, which mascara, which foundation, blah, 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 blah. Like, you're going through it. Then you circle back to any deal offers. How close is she to getting her roll-up bag? Is she at 3 sets? Is she at 4 sets? And oh, good, you got the roll-up bag for free. Or, oh, girl, you're only 1 set away from the roll-up bag. Is there another set that you want so you can get that for free? It's a $36 value. And then, or our half price deals that we do each month. We have those half price special promotions, the special products. So maybe she's at close to the 50 or close to the next 50. And so you're like, well, if you with only $5 more, you get 2 items half price instead of just 1. So you kind of talk to her about what deals she's close to. And if she mentioned how much she loved the microdermabrasion or the mascara and she didn't order it yet, say, did you want me to add that mascara that you really loved? Okay. Is there anything that goes well with what she's ordered, like an eye makeup remover, a makeup brush, a palette, a serum? Like, I usually list a couple items that I think she might like to see if she wants to add those things before closing down the whole order. Okay. Then I go over which half price deal items that she wants. And then I'm like, perfect. Okay, your total is, and I list the total, no dollars, no cents, just $215, right? Did you want to pay cash, check, card, or Venmo? You guys, I do not offer a gazillion service options for cash apps, okay? Because I have to pull, and you have to pull those reports at the end of the year to document your sales. And so if I have to pull all of those, I'm only going to have to pull one with Venmo. Okay, I do have ProPay, but I don't really talk about it. It's like a last resort. But anyway, you're going to have to pull those reports. So I only offer one virtual cash option. And I do like having that as an option because it's free of fees. And so if they don't have Venmo, I just run their credit card. All right. So then I say, I see here that you'd like to share your follow-up appointment with friends. Would you like to do that in the evening or the weekend? Okay. Work to a date with those 2 options at a time. So you're like evening or weekend. She says evening. You say, okay, would Monday or Wednesday work better? So on and so forth. You'll see this in Karen's video as well. If she says she'd like to talk to her friends, this is a common one. We're talking about dates. I'd like to let me just reach out to my girlfriends and see what date will work for them. Say, yep, that is totally fine. Let's pencil in a date that you can ask them about. I find it works a lot easier if she sees, if she tells you if she's available for that date versus you trying to nail down a random date with 10 friends. Okay. So it just helps her, and you're penciling something in. You just let me know if it's not a good date for them, and then we'll adjust it. And then make sure you know what your party theme is based on her choices for her from the party throughout. The next piece is about recruiting. Okay, so you sell, you book, you recruit. Okay, that's the sandwich we're building here. I had so much fun getting to know you. Thank you so much for being willing to do our $100 survey. I'll get you the link for that after this event. But could I maybe ask you one more favor? I'm trying to learn how to answer people's questions about the Mary Kay opportunity. The best way to do that is a quick 15-minute phone call with my director where she answers the top 5 questions someone has about running a business like this. Would you be willing to just help me with my training? You don't have to sign up if it's not something that's for you, but would you be willing to help me with my training by setting up one of those in the next day or 2? And then I smile. Like, please. Okay, I smile. And then she's like, of course. And you're like, oh, thank you so much. Okay. Now you will go into the Boards app. You're like, how do we know when you're available, Christy? You go into the Boards app, and there is a Book with Christy option in the main Glam Fam folder. And you just click that, and you click PPC or Pink Possibility Chat. Okay. And then you click that, and it will show you my availability. And you just talk to her based on what you know your availability is. And you're like, okay, I only can do evenings. So I'm going to look at the evenings this week. And you're like, okay, would you want to do tomorrow evening or, you know, I don't know if you're having a morning appointment, maybe you're like this evening or tomorrow evening. I try to get it in the next couple days because they're still excited about what they were talking about. So you would just book it with them right there. And then I get notified that I have an appointment with you. Okay. I always like to close with, that personal connection with her. I want to be your consultant for life. So if for any reason you aren't 100% satisfied with your products, please let me know so we can make it right. This company supports that, and it doesn't cost me anything to fix it for you. I want to make sure that you're happy. Okay. So I just kind of close with that. So she has that like wrapped it up with a bow, like I am here for you. All right, you guys, this was super long-winded. All of these resources are in the folder. Your homework for tonight or this week is going to be first, complete your weekly accomplishment sheet. Your weekly plan sheet for next week, right? You're getting the hang of this. Watch Karen's party video and send me 3 things that you enjoyed about her event, something that stuck out to you in her event. And then number 3, I want you to memorize the table close and the individual close so that you can have that like this. All right, ladies, thank you so much for participating in tonight's training. I hope that this helps you guys get confident in your own experiences and having a great time. I look forward to hearing what sticks out to you in Karen's training. You guys have fun.